Hey, hello everyone, and welcome to Naked Sales, where we keep our clothes on, but we strip down sales and present the bare essentials of selling. I'm your host, Chris Miller from Miller Sales Consulting, and today's guest is Geri Ann Higgins. And so let me tell you a little bit about Geri Ann. So Geri Ann is the owner founder of Fully Present LLC, where she helps people feel less stressed more often so they can increase more pockets of peace and calm into their day. Offering a variety of meditative, movement, coaching, and self-discovery approaches, Geri Ann has multiple certifications and training experiences. Examples include, but are not limited to, being a certified well coach, health and wellness coach, certified holding, I'm going to say this wrong, Qigong teacher, okay. Registered yoga teacher, certified yoga for cancer teacher, and longtime meditation practitioner. Geri Ann's unique mix of skills allows her to customize sessions and hold space for clients that serve them in the highest and best way. So I am so excited to have Geri Ann here today, specifically this time of year. So welcome, Geri Ann.
Oh my goodness. Thank you, Christine. I'm so excited to be here and share some ripples of calm with the world.
We can use it. So just a little backstory here. I really wasn't planning on doing a Naked Sales LinkedIn Live show this month, just because it's December. There's a lot going on and a lot of people are busy. But I had connected with Geri Ann. We had went out to lunch a few weeks ago, and we started talking about her work. And she started telling me stories of some of the services she's provided and some recent interactions and results. And I went home and I just started thinking, like, I couldn't get it out of my mind. And I was like, you know what? I need to do a show with Geri Ann on it. And I need to do it now because there's so much happening right now in the world with ourselves. It can be a rough time with holidays anyway, for a lot of people. We're still in the middle of a pandemic. If you're in sales, like, it's crazy. We're trying to meet year-end goals. We're trying to plan for the new year. We're thinking about travel for business and pleasure. Maybe you're looking for a new role. Maybe your company just recently realigned or reorganized. So there's a lot going on. And I just thought, you know what? We need to do this. I reached out to Geri Ann. I was like, I know this is last minute. Will you come in and join me in the show? Because I think people can really use this. And so I'm so excited you said yes. And we were able to make the calendar work because I just feel so strongly that it's important for people to take time for themselves and find calm, as you say, especially this time of year.
Yes, so important to try to stabilize and to center and ground wherever you can so you can show up better. So you can show up better when making your deadlines and goals at work, or your quotas, and also show up better personally with your relationships of all kinds. So it's a really important time also because the world is very divided. So you can show up and have a focused, clear conversation and be able to hear people and to be able to communicate clearly.
Oh, that is so, so important. I'm glad you brought that up. And I just want to thank everybody today that's in our live viewing audience for joining us, because it is a busy time of year. So to carve out even 30 minutes of your day is a big ask. So I appreciate it. And feel free and encourage people to say hi, to introduce themselves, to jump in with questions or thoughts. Anything that you may have, put it in the comment section. We'd love to hear from you, especially as we get into the conversation. Share your thoughts, questions. The show is so much better when you're a part of it. So we welcome you to be a part of it. So Geri Ann, as we're moving through this topic, you talked a little bit about what's going on right now and why it's important. And so did I, but why is it important for us to really talk about stress reduction practices? Because I still almost feel like it's taboo. Some people are comfortable sharing it, but other people don't want to, acknowledge that it's an issue.
Right. Well, because people don't want to seem that they're not in control of everything, right? They want to uh, show everyone that they've got it all together, but it's okay if you don't have it all together, as long as you have the tools, like the little Swiss Army knife or the smorgasbord of tools to get you back to a more stable place.
So how does it show itself physically? And we're focusing on physical stuff too, right? There are people that are different practitioners, that are mental health practitioners, that we encourage you to see if that's the type of support that you need. But we're really talking about body-based techniques today. So how does this show itself in our bodies? How do we know what's going on?
Well, you can certainly ask people to answer in the chat for them, but elevated heart rate, erratic breathing patterns, aches and pains. A lot of times it's neck and shoulder tension. Our prefrontal cortex, the executive center of our brain, goes offline for bits and pieces. So you can be blanking out in a meeting, or you can't find the words to say. There's all kinds of different ways. Let's see if anyone has no.
Yeah, so feel free to jump in and how it shows itself for you. For sure, I have the neck and shoulder stress. I know when I'm stressed out, I do stupid things. Like, we all have those moments where we respond to the wrong email or forgetful, and you're just like, oh my gosh, it's just like too many things on your plate, and then things are starting to happen. Or sleep. Not sleeping
Right.
as well at 2 a.m. wake up, right? Like you're thinking about all the stuff you got to do.
Right.
So this, I think, is a great transition because we're talking about how it shows itself in the body. And hey, thanks, Thomas, for sharing. It's so common. I wish I had a masseuse on call. If I'm ever really, really rich, I'm going to have someone to help me with my neck and shoulder tension. But so what can we do? And what I love about Geri Ann joining us today is we're just not going to talk. We're going to actually do. And so I encourage you, if you're watching, like nobody's watching you, so just do it. Like get over it and, let's participate and take advantage of this time. So Geri Ann, walk us through some things we can do.
Okay, well, see, now a good thing is I'm a little goofy, all right? Or let's rephrase it. I'm playful, so I don't mind looking goofy. You guys are home, and no one's looking at you, and so yeah, like Chris said, please join in. So let's actually arrive. And whenever I teach a class, I always say let's just arrive in the space and just kind of shake out your body where you might be holding some tension. I mean, you've probably been on your on your devices or your laptops, and then just knock. The body loves to knock and rock. And this is the little chi massage or Tarzan. You can add some vocalization. Breathe in and then ha out your mouth. Ha.
I do feel silly. All right, I'm going to try it though. I'm going to try it because I'm asking other people to do it.
Inhale. And
I feel like a little kid, like little kids do that, right? Like kids are always making those weird noises. They're so smart.
Totally. Yes. And then continue to move laterally. We don't move laterally a lot. We're just here like that or like that. So moving laterally, I just felt like my neck, it's gentle enough, but you have some openings. You're going to hear some snap, crackle, and pops going on. So this is a nice little way, moving side to side, releasing lines of tension on the side body. And do you hear any cracks, some openings in the neck area, Chris?
I don't yet, but I'd be curious if you're following along with us. Yeah. Let me know what you think. Let me know how it's going. Put it in the comments.
Be gentle. Don't be as fast. Don't go faster than me. And of course, whole medical disclaimer. You take care of yourself. So I'm going to teach you, if you walk away with just this one tool, I think it's going to make your approach to stress be more enhanced. And this is a breathing technique that I often start my classes with after I do the shake, but to get them from that transition period to being grounded and centered. And you can do this in a restroom if you need to, if you need to regroup, if you're in the office with people versus working from home. And it's a breathing technique that's inspired by Andrew Huberman's work. He's a neuroscientist with Stanford. And it's 2 inhales in quick succession through the nostrils. And I'm going to lead you through this. And then you pause for a time that's comfortable for you. Everyone has different lung capacity. So I want you to do, I'm going to guide, but if you need to release sooner, go ahead. And then you sigh out your mouth, okay, with a long extended breath. And we're going to do it 4 times. So make sure that you've got a nice comfortable seat and your heart is lifted, your chin's up, ears back over the shoulders, shoulders are over hips. And here we go. We're going to go in through the nose. And again, stop, sigh out the mouth, long. Okay, take a moment, check in, see how you're doing. We're going to do that 3 more times. So I want you to notice how quickly you can shift your state through a breathing technique. Another thing to keep in mind is when we do the extended sigh, really focus on bringing your shoulder blades back and down and just visualize relaxation going down the spine, down through your seat, down through your feet, down through the floor, and just being absorbed. So we're going to do that 3 more times. Here we go. Sip, sip, stop, sigh. Take a moment. We're going to do that 2 more times. Here we go. Sip, sip, stop, sigh out the mouth. Notice. 1 more time. Here we go. Inhale. Stop. Sigh it out. And just take a moment.
I feel like I'm ready for a nap. And I feel like my shoulders are like 2 inches lower than they were before we started. So if anyone else was doing this breathing exercise, don't make me feel like I'm here alone, because I will tell you, I feel a little silly doing this in front of a camera, but I felt really good. So if you were doing that with us too, let me know. Even if you're watching this in the playback, drop some comments in there. That was amazing. Why does something so simple, like, what's going on? Why does that make such a difference?
Well, there's a lot of science around that I'm not going to get into, because I do want to do some other demonstrations. But what happens is when the diaphragm goes up and down, when you do an extended exhale, a message goes to your body to slow things down. Okay, so if you want to speed things up, you can do more breathing techniques that have rapid inhales. There's like the Wim Hof method, the Iceman. I'm sure you've seen him. He has quite a method where you're going like that. The breath of fire in yoga, all of that is for energy. But when you do the extended exhale, you're sending a message to your body to bring it on down.
Yeah, that is amazing. And that took really no time at all. It's one of those things, like, it feels like it's a long time because we're on camera and it's a little uncomfortable trying something new, but really just would it shift in such a tiny amount of time. Geri Ann, we got a question from Wes. Why 2 inhalations instead of 1?
I think it's so you can get to the pause more. You're actually stopping yourself from um, from doing the inhale, like a little bit more,
Mm.
the cadence of it. So you want to just get 2 full breaths in as much as you can, and then you're allowed to pause. So you do have like the speed up at first, and then you can pause, and then you have more breath to exhale in a more controlled
Mm-hmm.
manner. So it's more
Yeah.
the back end. Yes.
Yeah. So it's funny, in sales, we talk a lot about slowing down to go faster in regards to processes or just thinking. Like, we all want to go so fast, but sometimes slowing down can help you go faster, even though it seems counterintuitive. And so it was so interesting to just hear you say the same thing about essentially our breathing. Like, if we just take that moment or two to pause and slow down, we actually are probably giving us more time and space by being able to do that, which is
Exactly.
just phenomenal.
Yes. I'd love to show some lines of tension here, how to get rid of maybe doing some self massage. I've got a few other ones I'd love to share, but
Yeah.
the breathing technique, that's the gold star. You don't have to do it 4 times, even just doing it once or twice. If any of you followed along, you notice like you really got to a nice space, a clearing in a nice meadow, like a clearing in the forest. That's what I say.
Yes.
Going on.
Right.
I arrived. Okay. And then
Yeah.
you're resettled, you're centered, grounded, and then you can deal with what's coming at you.
Yeah. So Geri Ann, Cameron said, I have so much tension in my shoulders and felt so much release doing those breathing exercises. So I love that. And thank you for sharing, Cameron. So I'm not the only one here. And Wes, Thomas,
Great.
Yeah,
Well, let's
Angela.
do a
Thank you.
little self-massage real fast. This is a nice one to do. And it's where the body meets the arm. And so you go to the top of the shoulder, that line on the inside.
All right. So look, I got a tank top on. I'm going to
Yeah.
be the dummy. So I want to make sure, because this is an issue for me.
Okay,
Actually,
so
hold on. Wrong. Naked sales. I am taking my clothes off. False advertising. I am today. Little did everybody know. So just to make sure, because I want to do this right. Where? So I'm here at the top of my shoulder.
It's on the inside of the shoulder. Okay.
Inside.
So this is the outside. You're going to the inside. So it's the top of that line where the shoulder and the arm connect with
like where we hinge right here, like right here.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
And you're gonna push in. You're gonna feel it. Push in and do like little circles, and just all the way down that line of tension.
Should we have our arms bent like you have, or does it matter?
You don't have to. I just I mean, you can have it here if you'd like, just on your lap, and then you can go to the other side, and it might be a little tender, but that's okay. You can feel the tension. We hold a lot of tension here, right? This is one of those areas where you're like, oh, I didn't realize I held a lot of tension there, but you do.
And everything's connected. So it's always amazing to me, right? When I go for a massage or something, I'm like, oh, it hurts here. And then it's like, oh, it's your left toe. And you're like, what? Because it's all these things are connected and pulling each other. And we don't think about how it affects us.
Yes.
And this is interesting because I can even feel like one side, there's a difference on one side versus the other.
Oh, often. And this is another thing I'm just going to say, listen to your body and listen to what it needs. That's a great takeaway. Just please listen. We often go through life just from head up, right? And the body is trying to speak to us in so many different ways. So really just take some moments to tune in and feel. Yoga is a great practice because you can feel how uneven the body is. And it's not about bringing it into perfect balance. It's about bringing it into harmony, like is innate. You had mentioned, Cameron had mentioned some neck and shoulder tension, and I'm going to show you a quick little, it's a fascia neck turn. You can take your hand like a paddle, and you're going to bring your thumb underneath your ear, and your chin's parallel to the floor. And you're going to diagonally just kind of swipe palm down to as you turn the head, okay, turn the chin parallel to the floor. The hand is coming diagonally and the fingertips are going to your collarbone. And then go to the other side with your paddle hand. And again, your chin is parallel to the floor and you're going diagonally. And
So I start like behind my ear with my thumb, and then I bring it down my neck, down to my collarbone.
yes.
Oh, I gotta take my necklace off. All right. It's worth it.
And
And what is this doing? This is more tension release?
this is, yeah, it's a gentle way to open up your neck and shoulders.
Oh.
You're kind of, and it is also some lymphatic drainage there as well.
Yeah.
So working with neck tension.
So many people, I know I'm not alone, carry tension in their neck, right? And we're like at our computers and we're hunched like this, and so much going on. I'm going to give myself a good tip after this treatment.
There you go. That's good.
All right. Anyone, I keep encouraging, if you're doing this along with us, let me know how that works, how that felt. So I don't feel so alone, because it's really, really cool. So Geri Ann, let's take a pause. I know you have some other things you can show us, but I do have a question. So a couple scenarios. So let's say I'm at work and my boss just springs something on me and I'm like, or I'm at a family dinner and that relative that just always likes to butt heads is just saying some things or behaving in a way that's feel everything rising and tensing up. But like I'm in the middle of the conference room or I'm at the dinner table and I do need a couple moments to get myself centered. How do I integrate what you're just showing me in those type of scenarios?
Well, there's a couple different approaches you can take. Yeah, you're talking about like being more discreet, right?
Yes. Like, how do I can't, like when I want to throttle somebody, whether it's work, I can't, I mean, I could, right? I could just start, with the glass of wine, but that really wouldn't be effective. So how do I get my head straight and maybe do it in a way that
so very a discreet way. Yeah, there's a few different ways. Well, first, if you're able to remove yourself, there's a great little phrase that I use, and I use it just regularly, and then I use it when I need to remove myself. So I use it all the time. If I've used it with anyone who's watching, just know that it probably wasn't because I had to go remove myself from the situation. But the phrase is, "Excuse me, I'll be right back." And you don't need to explain anything more. So it's, "Excuse me, I'll be right back." And then you can go into a restroom or a private area, and you could do like a Qigong health bounce, so shake, or you could do your tapping, or you could do the, and you kind of recenter. But if you can't leave, there are some different...
Wait, before we get to if you can't leave.
Yeah.
That is so amazing. Like, so simple, right? Yeah. Excuse me, I'll be right back. Yeah. But so powerful because let's say I'm in a work meeting, or I'm at that family gathering. We've got all these scenarios going on this time of year.
We've all been there.
Right, we've all been there.
Been there in rooms, yes, where I've been like, oh my goodness.
Excuse me. You could, there's all the different tones. Like, excuse me, I'll be right back, or maybe more serious, but so simple. So everybody remember that, because that is so simple and no one can really question you, right? Because you're saying, excuse me, and I'll be right back. You're letting them know,
yes,
I'm coming right back. It's not like you're just like running away.
No, and they don't know what you're doing, but you are reinforcing that you're returning.
Right.
You're just going to return for you in a state where you can show up better.
Oh, I love that. Returning in the state where you could show up better. We all wish we could do that. And I know there were times that I wished I had known that, just so I could have shown up better and just been a better frame of mind to have that conversation or be a better listener. Or even if it's something serious, if there's a loved one who's ill or sick, we're talking about work and crazy family with the holidays, but there are also those situations, unfortunately, where we have a loved one who is getting maybe some devastating medical news, or we're getting devastated medical news about someone else that we care. And we can't fall apart because we're supposed to be there for that person. And how powerful is that?
Right. Yes. That is true.
Amazing.
Yeah, but now, so if you can't leave, here's a quick way to do visually, and this is also from Andrew Huberman's work, is and also it's with yoga and qigong. It's known in qigong as you sink your eyes into your head, and that we bring them back, okay? Because when you're focused and your arousal state is high, you're pitched forward and your eyes, you're really like narrow focus, right? So you want to get a panoramic focus. You're in the conference room, you're narrow focus. So just sink your eyes back into like the center of the head. And qigong, they call it the crystal room. Or you could think of Superman's crystal.
It's weird to try to do that, but I'm going to try to do it. I'll take my glasses off, right? You guys can see me really close up.
And then when you do that, it changes. And this is in yoga, you do the soft gaze. It's not a hard gaze, it's a soft gaze. And you get panoramic vision, say, or you can see more around. And so the body mind likes to know where it is in space. And when it gets stressed out, it's like right there, and it's narrow. But when you sink your eyes back, or you do like that soft gaze, you can take in more of your surroundings. And no one knows you're doing that, right?
No.
You're just kind of taking your eyes from this to, okay, I'm just gonna bring it back, and it slows things down because your nervous system is like, I'm safe.
Yes, I love that too. And so for those of you, I've got to give a plug to your free 10-minute guided meditation too.
Yeah.
I want to make sure people are aware of that. So if you go to Geri Ann's website, fullypresentwithyou.com, and I'll put the link in the comments, so you'll be able to just click right through, but it's fullypresent.com, fullypresentwithyou.com. You can see the link right when you get to the website about how to sign up for a free 10-minute guided meditation. And it also has all kinds of good stuff in there about what she does and how you can contact her. But we are getting close to time, Geri Ann. Any one last thought you want to share with us before we let people know how else they can be in touch with you?
Yes, there's so many approaches. And I want to give you one of my mom approved ones. Okay. My mother approved, not me. I'm a stepmom. But this is my mom approved. But before that, I think just really with some great skills is self-compassion, crossing your hands across your chest, and just closing your eyes and being like, I got you. I got you. Okay. You've got to say that to yourself. I got you.
I got you.
I got you. Okay. And behave accordingly. Moving in nature. I have a cat who's an indoor cat, and I have to kind of walk around the yard with her. But she's learned how to ring a bell on my front door. So she gets me outside. Otherwise I'm, on the computer. I get outside. We do a little walkabout. I'm in nature. I'm with my kitty cat. It's all good. Breathing, slowing it down, and then vocalizing. I think doing the if you need to sigh, just let it out. Vocal, don't hold it in. Hum if you need to. That's really good for vagal tone. Or if you need to go arg and like tighten up your body and tighten your belly and everything, that's part of like progressive relaxation. And then you release yourself. So I'm just going to tell you the mom approved one. All right. Yeah. Just pulling down the heavens. You can rotate your arms out to the side. Thumbs are out to the side. My mom is super energetic lady, and I teach her some calming techniques. And she's like, I actually do this one, Geri. Good. So that's why this is mom approved. So arms are out. We're going to inhale up over our head, and then exhale. Pretend your hands are like elevators, and exhale as you slowly bring the hands down parallel to one another and perpendicular to the floor. And then you rotate the arms back out. It's good for range of motion for shoulders. So inhale, do it 3 times. Exhale. And Qigong is called pulling down the heavens. And one last time. And then say, I got you.
Oh, I got you. Thank you for your gift today, Geri Ann. How can people contact you?
They can contact me through LinkedIn. You can also, I have lots of ways you can contact me on my website, fullypresentwithyou.com. Would love to connect with people. And thank you so much for the opportunity, Christine.
Oh, I loved having you. And truly, what you shared today was a gift to so many of us who just needed those few moments. So thank you, Geri, and thank you, everyone, for sharing your day with us today and taking 30 minutes out of your very busy day. And keep looking for more episodes of Live with Naked Sales. And I appreciate you. And be well and take care of yourself.
Thank you.
Thank you.